Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the Thrifty Trooper and I am an eBay reseller based in the UK. This video is a little bit clickbaity because it is a video based on making a living wage, because there are so many different variations and interpretations of that. But yeah, it's like, can you make a living wage by reselling? That's kind of what I'm going to try and explore, and it's basically I'm going to try and break it all down into, like, you know, per unit, and you know, the fees and everything, and you know what, you know, if you buy something for a certain price, what you should be looking at to get a per item average. What everyone always talks about, these average prices, you know, average sale item. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to talk about that today. Okay, needless to say, this is all based on my own personal experience and, you know, the national statistics and all that kind of jive, and Google. So just blame Google, don't blame me. Don't say like, oh, you quoted so much for broadband, but I get mine for £10. Right, okay. Obviously, everyone is different. This is just the averages that I'm basing it off. So, yeah. Okay, so what is the national living wage? Well, it is the statutory amount that a person has to earn. It's like in America, it's like the minimum wage. It's like the minimum wage that was, basically, but the national living wage, to put a new spin on it, yeah, it's £7.83 or £7.85 really. That's how much companies and businesses have to pay their workers per hour. So yeah, it's not the best, but like the living wage, the real living wage, has been calculated at £9 across the country and £10.55 within London. There you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna like add it all up and see what you should get. If you get the minimum wage, this is what you should get per year and per month. So I'm just gonna do that using it's Money Saving Expert. They're .co.uk. They have a really good website of what you can pay, and it's like pre-tax and after tax. So yeah, if you work 37.5 hours, which we all know, we probably all work a little bit more than that. Yeah, so you earn, I think it's like 15,000. Sorry, the picture that I'm using, it's a screen grab and it's not very good quality. For 2018, 2019, it should be 15,300, I want to say, or 15,000. Yeah, 300, I think, and 1,275 per month. Yeah, your taxes are just second up from the bottom, and it's per month it's like £57, and the national insurance, which, if you don't know, that what comes out, is it local services that comes out of that, and like your pension, your local government, your what's it called, state pension, I think, comes out of that. Yeah, that's 60 or so. Your take home pay is £1,149. So yeah, I'm just going to break that down. Oh, and sorry, £294 a week. Yay. Okay, and I know this is quite personal, like, you know, talking about money, everyone gets a bit uncomfortable because we don't know what, like, you know, I don't know what your rent is. I mean, I can tell you, like, my average rent was £525. That's what I've worked it out at. And, you know, that is like half of what you take away. And most resellers, they use their partly disposable income to fund their reselling. And yeah, it gets very kind of like complicated when you break it all down, and it gets very difficult to run a reselling business when you've only got the minimum wage. Yeah, that's my 2 penneth worth. Okay, so to figure out my fees, I use the final fee calculator.co.uk. It's literally just type into Google and it'll come up. And what I like to do as a rule of thumb is try and make at least £10 profit. So I've tried to work out how much I need to spend and how much, you know, I need to sell to make £10 profit. Now obviously all this depends on how much you actually bought the item for. Usually I try and buy £1 items, either between £1 and £3, and if I sell that, for every £1 I sell, I need to sell it for at least £13, because then I charge them £3.45, but I roughly use £2.95, that's for shipping. Then I should make £10 and 10p. That took a long time to try and whittle it down to as much as possible, but yeah, £10 and 10p, that is my net profit per item, because then at least it's over the national living wage. and it's that little bit extra, that £3 odd. I can put that back into the business and still live comfortably and independently. Okay, and if I break that down, my pre-tax of £1,279, because remember it's pre-tax, that's my average selling price. I will have to sell 127 items a month divided by 4 per week, so that's basically 32 items divided by 7. That's nearly 5 items a day that you'd have to sell. Oh my god. So basically it would be a daily wage of, I'd have to make £50 a day to make the living wage. £50 a day, and I think that's like over 7 days as well, so that's every day. And it takes a lot to get there. I mean, I don't think I'm actually there yet to make an actual living wage or even exceeding it yet, but I'm very lucky. My rent is ridiculously low. I'm not throwing away money and going out anymore. I'm being extremely strict with myself, unless I break and I cry and have lots of chocolate. But yeah, I'm not, sorry, I had to put that in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not one of these people who big it up, but Leonardo DiCaprio throwing money away. Classic. So I don't know, it depends on your lifestyle, it depends where you live, which area of the country, what you source, how you source, how much you spend for your inventory, and how much you sell it for, how much you're willing to go. But if you've got on each item, if you've got at least I've got my baseline now, at least £13 for every £1, at least £13 I need to sell it for. I mean a really good way of looking at it is to see every item as 1 hour's wage. And I mean, I ended up buying an item that was £1 from a charity shop, and I ended up flipping it for 50. So that is, and I'm probably getting back 45. So that is 4.5 hours. I mean, it didn't take me that long while I was going out and while cleaning it and researching it and everything. I mean, how you manage your time is such a big effort as well. I mean, I don't know where I heard that from. I don't know if they heard that in one of the tat chats that was on. If you see your every item as an hour's wage, I think that's a really interesting one. I mean, obviously, if you can get double the money for it, then you quid's in. I mean, I've got a minimum amount that I need to survive as a human being, but in general as a business as well. So I mean, it all depends on you. I mean, the sell-through rates, a lot of people, I think it's Suzanne A. Wells always talks about, she's a YouTuber, by the way, go check her out, she's really good. She talks about sell-through rates quite a lot, and I do not know my sell-through. I'm so bad. After listening to it, I feel really naughty. I need to get on it. But someone said at least if you're selling 2% of your stock, if you've got over 1,000, and if you sell 2, it's 20 a week, and that kind of makes up, what I mean? It kind of 20 a week. Sorry, I'm doing it now. 20 a week at £10 and 10p. That's 202 a month times by 4. I mean, £808 times by 12. It's 9,000. So I am coming closer to that, but I haven't got 1,000 listeners yet. I've only got I think it's 300. I'm closing in 300. So yeah, I'm doing all right. But this isn't an overnight an overnight thing. This isn't something that'll you put in say 20 hours work and the next week it'll be amazing. It literally takes months and months of work to build up. It's particularly if you're working alongside it, and then you've got to manage your time as well. It's so difficult, and we don't know your circumstances obviously, but just going off the averages, I mean, living at the moment is just ridiculously expensive. All these companies are trying to squeeze you out of every penny that you make, and it is a kind of, if you can't beat them, join them, it does feel and it's a bit awful, but buying low, selling high, the old adage goes. But yeah, making a living wage reselling on eBay. Is it possible? Yes. Is it easy? Hell no, it is so hard. But I suppose if you're tenacious and persistent, you can do it. you can. I mean, if I can do it and I'm like a man child, then you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I put on the bottom like the facts, like so dramatic and clickbaity, but it's not. It's not, I promise. Yeah, so I'm going to go, and if you got any thoughts, comment down below, and as ever, like and subscribe, and if you want, hit the bell, because I've got quite a few videos coming soon, and they're going to be like within, you know, a few days of each other. It's going to be quite, you know, boom boom boom. So yeah, that if you hit that little bell icon, you get notified every time I upload a video, and usually it's during the day. Yes, so I shall see you all soon. Ta-da.